My name is Robert Christopher Wayne Weathers. I Crazy Bird, Lakota, also known as Saint Christopher. I'm the real guy, Robert. My name's Robert Weathers. The initials of my name stand for something. It's an acronym, so it means Remote Control Walking Yahweh. Walking Yahweh. That's what it means. Remote Control Walking Yahweh. It's Remote Control Walking Yah, which is Thunderbird or Thunderbeam, and Wicco, which is crazy, going crazy. Turn it upside down, it stands for Morality Meter Controls Robert. MMC controls me. So one of my inventions is the morality meter scale with intelligence on one side and morality on the other. I created it as a system to get into the ECA, the Environment Creation Agency. Another one of my ideas. It's all in one of my videos. It's just a little bit about me and my name. Uh, I'm one of Scientology's victims. You've heard, I'm sure Scientology has victims and missing people. So Scientology is real. It's not a religion. It's a field of study. It's a medical practice. Body modding, biohacking. So let me explain some of the sciences, the advanced sciences in the universe, some of the higher sciences in the universe that's uncommon. Most people don't know. So first off, the XYZ, 1, 2, 3. There are three dimensions. I had brain damage. Bear with me. Severe brain damage. There are three dimensions, as far as most people know. This is false. There are actually 12 dimensions. So there are 12 dimensions in the universe. Or there are the matter we consist of is 12 dimensional. Plus the space time is 12 dimensional. Anything outside of that has no dimensions. So these dimensions reside within the matter itself or within the particles itself. They are inward dimensions. Inward dimensional. Inward, it looks like inward expansion. Inward dimensional. You can think of the third dimension as just a shell. It's just the part light reflects off of. There's not much more than that to a third dimensional human. Everything else is inward dimensions, or you say inner, but they have that term reserved for something else. Inward dimension is what they are. These are inside, inward. So there are 12 dimensions, inner dimensions, or inward dimensions. Then there is another particle in the universe. So we are on the positive side. We are made up of the positive particles. There's also a negative particle in the universe. It is similar to ours. Some scientists know this as dark matter or dark energy, and it is also attached to us. We can't see it, but it is there. It's attached to us, or it's attached to our matter. It's attached to our particle. So this means that we have 12-dimensional biology. We are not third-dimensional organisms. We are actually 12-dimensional organisms. And we are also a negative particle organism. So we are light particle and negative particle both. And the anatomy or the blueprint of a human appears to be two biologies stuck back to back. There's a biology hanging off your back. It looks human on this side, on the third dimensional side. And on the 12 dimensional side, things get a little bit different. So on the positive side, on the light side, we look alien. And we have big brains, big eyes. I think just a split for a mouth. I'm not sure about the mouth. And we have big big nose holes with actual nerves. They're like nerve bones or bone nerves sticking out of them. our brain grows the entire time we are alive. So it has something to do with creating memories. Every time we create a memory, we stimulate gray matter or brain tissue. It's a matrix, nerve tissue, brain tissue that when stimulated, it produces a memory. And inside of this memory, it also activates or stimulates some kind of stem cell. And this stem cell is like it's a new nerve cell, and it has a muscle on it at the same time. And this muscle is attached to the memory you just created. It grows over time, and due to conditioning, this memory or this new nerve that you created connects to another memory just like it, and it creates a memory. And if it's important enough, you make a new brain, and these create brain pieces. They call them brain pieces. These are extra brain tissue on the outside of your brain. Your brain, your head swells and a big head. This is a healthy biology. You still have a dark side attached to you, whole new biology. It has cells, tissues, and organs, and it's a biology too. Uh, so we are alien on the light side or the positive side, and on the dark side we are an Anunnaki. It is the dark side particles are more like a suit. Upon death, we pull our particles. It's like we go inside out, or we pull our particles from the third dimension into the 12th dimension, and we face in opposite directions. So it'd be, uh, and then we turn around and get into our suit, our dark side particles. We have huge hands, being a big head. It's like a head covering. We have a head cover. I mean, yeah, we have protective outer layer of skin, like a whale skin. It's very thick. It's like a whole 3 dimensions worth of skin, and we have a head covering that has two horns, and this is upon death. We grab our alien and jump into our Anunnaki suit with big hands, and we actually combine or merge, and we form into one biology, never to return to the former uh, state or former geometry. And this is the human soul. So we are dead people are 99.999% soul. If a dead person goes to heaven or outer space, they go there with 99.999999999% soul. And they need it because all those body parts and organs and tissues and all those brain pieces, they are there for a reason. And we do magic. We are magical creatures in the afterlife. And our magic comes from organs and tissues and nerves and brains, brain tissue and our horns and all of our organs into one biology, and it's facing the same way. We're we're not pitiful, but I mean, yeah, no, we're humans. We have health in the afterlife. So I hope all your body parts are there, and I hope they're working good. And I hope you know how to make a star because we're about to make a planet. That's what you do in the afterlife. That's what dead people do. Fly too. Blast off in outer space. They're the fastest ones up there. No one goes faster than a dead guy under optimal conditions. They are the fastest organisms in the universe. A dead human, a dead human soul. And they blast off, going to get more elements. So this is the natural human uh, experience, or the natural human afterlife experience. And human souls are designed to create. So we are designed to participate in creation. We need all of our body parts attached to us. We need to be in working condition, and we would like you to have an extensive amount of knowledge, or we'd like you to practice science. I'd like to understand astrophysics, composition of a planet, and where life comes from. So we got to make a primordial suit too. We can do third dimensional magic too. Dead humans can, human souls, and we make a primordial soup and create life. That's how, and we also transcend time. So we time travel. The longer we're out there, the bigger we get too. We go out there and we create elements and we eat the elements. And we also eat a food source that I'm not going to talk about right now. It's not human. It's a gas. I guess I will talk about it. It's like a petrol product. It's like a petrol oil based product. You actually consume it in the afterlife. It's some kind of refined, clean formula, and it's very, I guess, it's unrefined or unprocessed. Uh, but the longer you're out there, the bigger you get. And most dead people, most dead humans, they don't do much. I mean, and they most of the healthy ones occurred during indigenous time, so before humans, before recorded history, when humans were still working on our food source. We were hunters and gatherers, and when we first started agriculture. So, like natives and even white people, Caucasians, they were out in the wilderness, yeah, the woods, in the wilderness, seeing which foods they can eat, and the foods that they could eat, they tried to plant it, or they, uh, and all animals do this to some extent. That's life. Being harassed greatly, severely, because I am Saint Christopher, and I'm just a normal, ordinary guy that exists in the 2020s. 2026 is the date right now. I'm very sick. I'm very sick. And due to time travel, Scientologists created Christianity over this event, over me. I'm St. Christopher. Jesus is not real. God is not real. That guy killed a lot of people. He's got, and he's a Scientologist product. So he's a big human in the sky. Yeah, you don't see that. You don't see human souls. Oh, there ain't nobody going to come down here and stick nothing in your brain or mess with your eyes. That's what Scientology does. They cut off human souls. Yeah, we're all powerful and all magical in the afterlife too. We're up there making stars and planets. So is so is the history of the Earth. Uh, the Earth and humans were created by dead, dead natives, dead Indians, dead indigenous people, even white people. Yeah, some went to outer space. They got all their body parts attached. Who else is going to do it? Well, you see the time travel event. It was Sumeria, Acadia, whoever, Babylonia, which would have been okay. I mean, uh, if it would have stopped there, and if we would have kept all of our knowledge or gained knowledge about what happened, what's in the future, and but Christianity happened, and other religions, Scientology, yeah. The Anunnaki event in Sumeria was Scientology. From what I've observed, it is the product of a time travel event. So that and that's where I gained the term Anunnaki, which they use it up there too. Scientologists use the term Anunnaki. It's one of their products. Chop that sucker off and sell it back to you for a price. Make it where you can drive it too, or make it remote control. And that's what Scientology does. It's the most horrible thing that can happen to a human, having your soul cut off. And the only reason I exist, and the only reason I'm St. Christopher's, is I exist at a time where Scientology is harvesting souls off of Earth. They are harvesting souls off of Earth. And I am a very smart, intelligent man at this time period. I was fighting lizards. I have, I'm part native, so I'm very, I participate in government a lot because it matters. It's the right, I see value. It's a smart thing to do. Yet. And I also write literature. I play music. I had a good job, a very interesting job. I was working for the government, and I got kidnapped. So Scientology, they kidnap people and they force assimilation. So they force people to practice Scientology. And mine was the kind of, knew they were going to kidnap me. They wanted to read my mind because I was so smart. They see my literature. They see me communicating and participating in politics, being an intelligent person. And they wanted to read my mind. So they have mind reading technology. Scientologists do. It's a soul technology they use in the soul. So, as I just discussed, humans have a soul. Our brain has a soul too. And so Scientologists, they can cut your your head open, stick a technology in your brain, devices and computer systems and chips and sensors, and they use this technology in some of their products. They all have it in them. They all have their heads cut open, brains cut to pieces. That's Scientology. Their souls cut off. How magical dead people are. Under optimal conditions, they are omnipotent. Little bitty planet-sized. I don't call them demons because it's a bad word. Little planet-sized. Size of a planet. Human soul, planet-sized human soul. Uh, they can move a star system probably. They can move half the universe probably under the right circumstances. Just well fed and uh, ready to get it and seen it and needed to do it or whatever. They could do it. I mean, I'm just saying that's a guy bench pressing way above his average. He has magic. Actually, you do magic in the afterlife with all your body parts attached. You never get your souls cut off. You're all powerful, all magical outer space creature. Yeah, humans went one after another, after another, after another. Back in the day, before Sumeria, yeah, before we learned what Anunnakis were, Dakotas called them Hunkpah. Hunkpah. I don't know how to say it. I never heard it or I never read it. Hunkpah means ancestor. Same thing we use, ancestor. So that term, just because I'm speaking, I'm describing this time travel event in Sumeria. That's where On comes from. Now I did name On. It means kill you till I die. I am a Nunnakai. It's stuck, and that's how Nunnakais got their name. And it is a Nunnakai, not a new. What do they say? An Anunnaki. It's not that. It's not Anunnaki. It's a Nunnakai. It means kill you till I die. I'm a Nunnakai. Because they do. It's a time travel event. And as soon as these people come onto the field in the 2020s or 2000s, they create a cascading effect that time travels all throughout the history of the universe and does major damage and takes major casualties because they're harvesting human souls. Scientologists are harvesting human souls. She's saying and they're good at it. Yeah, they want to justify it. They're making a business out of it. They want to justify it. I just got berated. They're trying to justify it. Scientology, cutting open souls. Uh, See, it gives them the power to time travel, and they're the ones killing everybody. We, uh, uh, I don't know how bad it is. They cut me to pieces. So they are addicted to sticking technologies in their brain. This allows them power. I mean, a third dimensional human in today's time, when they kept the secret, Christianity destroyed everything. It's sad. I'm not crying because I don't have brain tissue. I'm missing a thalamus. They harvested my brain. So I told you they kidnapped me to read my mind. Well, they started stealing intellectual property and getting smart because they're reading a scientist's mind. I'm a scientist, Native American scientist. I'm also Caucasian. Please stop talking. We're all in the same universe. We're all in my universe. They're gonna claim they're not in my universe. They are. Yeah, they come up with every kind of story they can to justify this period of time. So they control all the lore. They control all the knowledge of human history, recorded history, especially the lore and stuff. They even controlled the Anunnaki story, which Anunnaki's were not made by On. It's possible that it could have been another Scientology product that made Anunnaki, created another Anunnaki. It was likely a star person. They call them star people. Anunnaki. They're trying to justify Scientology using Christianity. I mean, Christianity was a victim of Scientology, and the humanoid that they talk about in the Bible, the human in the sky. That's a Scientology product. So that's he's turned around the wrong way, and he's big. Uh, so something abnormal happens when you practice Scientology. So I mentioned that dead human souls, when they go in outer space, they grow. The longer they're out there, the more they eat, the more elements they consume. They don't eat humans, but they eat elements. So they don't have teeth in the upper dimensions. They got an extra set of lips. It's cheek pouches actually. They breathe, suck in water and vapor. I mean, there's a lot of vapors and they consume the elements. Hopefully, they got buddies out there making water ice, water and oxygen. They need oxygen too. Uh, Making oxygen for it. These stars, you get it from stars, supernova, chemistry in outer space. Yet are here now. So, uh, yeah, humans, Scientologists, they cut their souls off. It started in the 60s, 1960. And these Scientologists, they don't understand the universe. They have no upper level knowledge. They don't know the history of the universe. Scientology has kept a secret, I guess, if they do know. So has the government. They think Scientology is the religion. They think they gotta have a religion, first off. Because I guess Christianity screwed them. The things they did to me and my family and other people, Scientology. I'm just another Scientology. I'm not the worst. There has been worse victims than me. My babies was bad. They killed my pet. Killed a pet. Scientology. It's 4:45 a.m. They didn't let me sleep last night. So I'm making a video. So they had their souls removed by the church or by a company, and it's a medical procedure. They usually start with the dark side, I guess, and then you can get one or more aliens out of your soul. Actually, you get several, and they have several products available, so they can turn your soul into several alienoid forms. We won't call them aliens because that terms reserved for human soul. You're horned aliens. That is the natural. You're a natural horned alien. So they have various alienoid forms, products, and then they have the other species line, which is they take organs and tissues from other humans and other species such as reptiles, insects, and worms, and they convert their souls into lizard people, insectoids, and worm people using these body parts. And so now their soul is removed and they are still alive. And they turn into a vehicle. They use technology and these techniques and other techniques to turn them into vehicles, biologies in which they can drive around in the upper dimensions. And they do that with the use of neural technology. So they have brain implants. So your soul has a brain. They come over here to the alien side, I assume, and they stick technology in its brain. And then they come over here to the Anunnaki side, whichever alienoid side produce or whatever's remaining, and then your alienoids, they stick technologies in its brains, and this allows them to drive their souls around from a remote location. And I guess it gives them some ability, so they get to go to outer space before they die. Well, they lose all their magic. I mean, they cut it to pieces. Magic requires a biology to be intact. You need both sides together, combined, all one piece. Tries to be one piece. It's all connected. So they lose magic. They lose health. They lose the ability to fly. And they lose sanity. But they do things to try to help them cope with the unhealthiness of the situation. So this technology that they use, it does a couple things or several things. First off, it records sensory sensory perception input like sight, smell, taste, and touch. It also records uh, thoughts or thought patterns, uh, and it interfaces to memory tissue. What I'm going to call it memory tissue. There are features in the brain that are used for memory. It's basal ganglia is part of it. And there's areas that allow us to see, like internal visual thought processing. You are retarded. They are retarded. They are retarded. Harvesting. So they stick technology in their brains, and so first it records information, and then it can stimulate brain tissue. So they can run energy through this technology and stimulate areas of the brain that and cause this brain tissue to produce neurochemicals. So if you stimulate your neurons a little bit, you produce uh, neurochemicals such as dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, and even other brain chemicals like oxytocin. just by stimulating the brain. And this has a narcotic-like effect upon the user. It makes them feel as if they're on drugs. It's like an opiate or a stimulant or something of this nature. Uh, has a narcotic-like effect. Technology does, being inside of their brain, they stimulate themselves. And this also leads to psychological. Just to make a joke, they enjoy the process so much. They enjoy cutting their own souls off and turning into an alien. They perfected their own alien. They've been up there for a long time. And so now they need another soul to work on. So don't cut yours off because they can drive it too. They can turn it into a vehicle and drive it around too. I'm being harassed and braided, and they're threatening my pets right now. They do it nonstop. It's the only otter or the only material they have. Me or my pets. Death threats. They've been giving me death threats for 14 years. And now they're torturing me with my lips. I'm severely mutilated. Please stop. You're breaking the law. Stop. I'm being tortured. You can get this thing out of my ear. I do not consent. Please get away from me. So yeah, they're cutting everybody's biology off and using it as uh, fodder or commodities for their own aliens or alien form and for their surrogates. I'm severely ill. Don't tell me I better quit smoking. Well, it helps my illness. It relieves pain. It helps my nerves. It helps me think better. It calms me down. It keeps me from going crazy. It reduces stress. Uh, Plus, I'm Native American. I'm Lakota. My ancestors carried pipes around. I mean, you see them in all of our pictures. We smoked tobacco like crazy. It was sacred to us. It's sacred to me. It was sacred to my ancestors. I am Lakota. I am Native American. I am also Caucasian, Scottish, and Irish, as far as I know. I never delved too far into my family's history. Uh, Lithuanian. I'm also Lithuanian. A little bit, wherever that's at. It's in Europe or Russia, somewhere around in that area. They're all moral people on both sides of my family. Every one of us. None of us have any violent charges, except me and my father. And it's not violence. My father has some violent charges. And my only violent charge I have is with him. He stole my stuff out of the house and he hit me with one of my guitars. Dark out, and it flew out of the house and hit me in the face. I started crying, and somebody called the law. I thought I was going to the hospital. They took me to jail too, and the charges were dropped. That's the only violent charge I have. Violent charge. It's domestic dispute. Uh, uh, it was yelling, so I did yell a lot. He did too. Uh, he was very abusive. He yelled at everybody. I yelled back at him, especially when I was younger. Before I got older and could control myself and worked on my psychology even more. Just being around him, he's an abusive person. It's hard. He's like a drill sergeant. There's something wrong with him. And I think he's a surrogate. In fact, I know he's a surrogate. He's been afflicted by Scientology, so he's forced to assimilate. Yeah, and they attack me even when I don't smoke. So I've quit smoking on several occasions, and they still attack me. Uh, and they did it worse on some of those days. So their goal, I mean, they blame it on everything. They blame it on me. This is all my fault. I've done something wrong, or something I'm doing. Even screaming like ah. Sometimes they use that as they are serial killer people, type people. Jeffrey Dahmer, um, kidnappers. I guess Gacy, Hannibal Lecter. That's the worst one, and they're worse than any of these people. So due to time travel and star people and Scientology products, most of these serial killers were modeled or copycatted from Scientology. These people doing this to me and to other people. So they're doing this to other people in the world too. This goes higher levels too. So there's higher levels in the universe of everything, even crimes. And then when you get into body snatching, it's also kidnapping. Kid, Stealing a soul is also kidnapping. You are in that soul, no matter where it goes, it's entangled to you, threatening my life. So they're premeditating my murder. They're delusional. They're psychotic. So they installed technology in my brain 14 years ago because they wanted to read my mind. They see me participating in politics and creating literature on social media, on Facebook or MySpace or Facebook, like, and civilians and the government decided to kidnap me. They even held a hearing, the government did, to determine my mental status. I didn't know why. I didn't understand why. It don't really matter to me. I'm working for the government. I don't. I'm not mentally ill. They told me I didn't have to attend, uh, so I didn't. And I guess they did determine me mentally ill because someone showed me some laws on social media or somewhere on the internet uh, not too long after that that said if the government determines a person mentally unstable, they can use advanced surveillance on this individual. There was a conflict of interest. They wanted to read the mind of a smart person, of an intelligent person, and steal his ideas. They are attracted to intelligence, so they get addicted to people. Scientology, they take persons of interest or people they are addicted to in a cracked out state of mind, and they want to practice Scientology on you. It gets them high because they're using advanced technology. And in drugs, especially dopaminergic substances, they have this tendency to make humans want to share them, like ecstasy. You know, we want to get another person high too. We want a smoking buddy or a drinking buddy, or we want to get high together. You know, it's kind of the same thing with Scientology. They're getting high. They want you to get high together, except it's kidnapping, mutilation. I'm severely ill. I've lost over 80% of my biology. I have holes all stuck in the rest of it. They have stuff stuck all inside of me. I've got worms down my ear, holes all through me, holes all over the place. Please stop. Please stop. You're breaking the law. This is against the law. Assault of an American on American soul. Yes, I am Lakota. I'm also Caucasian. It doesn't matter. Are you racist? 2026, you're racist. We got blacks, whites, chinks, uh, purples, reds, yellows, well, yeah, whatever other colors. We got them all here in the United States. This is the land of uh, the tree of life, the land of the tree of life. Crazy Horse said, "I dream of a time when all races of mankind unite as one under the tree of life." Yeah. So Native Americans are we're attracted to these people, attracted to our psychology, or especially my psychology. And I made all the correct choices. I challenged myself. Dude. I learned from my teachers. Uh, us Native Americans, this Native American DNA, it sees value in technology, or not technology, but knowledge and science. We like science. We like literature too, writing, recording. We love that. Yeah, and I liked it a lot, and I got good at it, and it makes me above average. So these people are attracted to my psychology. They were addicted to him, or they are addicted to him. Should be my Native American name. They are addicted to him, and they kidnapped me. I got kidnapped by Scientology. Read my mind, and they harassed me the whole time. So there's conflict the whole time. Every day, I actually seen the future 14 years ago in a glimpse. It just gave me a glimpse of it, but it was a strange type of future. It was like it didn't match what was going on Earth, but it was there. It was my murder, torture, death, or something bad. It was my death, my murder. And he was happy he did it. He enjoyed doing it because I got to read the mind of a genius. And and because he plays, and I do play, so I participate in uh, literature. It's fun. Like we do fantasy fiction, poems, even songs. That's literature. Put rhythm and rhyme to it. And we do this. We also make superhero books, superhero literature, and we have fun with it. Our kids have fun with it. We actually get into what do they call it? What actors do? Get into character and try to save the world. And each one of us gets a own persona, and it's fun to do. We're quirky and we're nerdy. We're nerds. We're third dimensional humans. 2026 humans. Star Trek watchers. Star Wars watchers. I watch it all. I used to watch TV. I watch a lot of Animal Planet, Nature Planet. Yeah, I'm making another video to try to survive. So yeah, they try to steal my intellectual property. They they have been stealing my intellectual property. Oh, that's good. Yawn is a sign of brain. I have severe brain damage. These people, so they watched me write all some of my literature. They stole it over the years and seen how smart I was and read my mind, and they used it as a commodity. So they let other Scientologists also read my mind for a fee, for a price, and the government was in on it too. Barack Obama was in on it, and his surveillance technicians or surveillance operatives, they were in on it. They also practice Scientology. They use Scientology's tech as surveillance. Well, so yeah, that was the excuse the government used to put me under surveillance. Under surveillance. So in 2020, about 6 years ago, they decided they wanted my body parts. They wanted to harvest me. So they did these government and Scientologists. They wanted to do what I do. They wanted my abilities, my ability to write literature. She's talking. I taught her everything. She knows. She thinks she's a genius now. I told her when I got here, I can give you one. I can make yours exactly like mine. I know what it is. I know it is conditioning. You need. Uh, and start talking about psychology. You need experiences. You need to create memories, conditioning, and then you'll be able to do what I can do. I promise you, that's all it is. It's not because I'm Native American or white. It's because I made all the correct choices. I did what was correct. Y'all don't, white people do it too. And they also tortured me too. They want my body parts, and they tortured me too because they want me to act out, become a danger to myself or others. They want me to use more drugs. They want me to hurt somebody or hurt myself. They want me to go to jail or die. Yeah, they want me to run out in traffic or get locked up in jail. So that's why they torture me. And that's where they've been torturing me for 14 years. I guess they think it makes them look better or it's in their best interest, but it made it worse for everybody. It killed a lot of other people too. Torture, especially what they did. And they did this going through it too. You know what I think happened 14 years ago? Yeah, that's what it is. 14 years ago, I seen the future, but it wasn't. Uh, it was from a guy that seen the future. I seen the future from a guy that seen the future. Seen his biology experience, where he's seen it, or he has biology somewhere else. It's strange. Yeah, most of these people abuse. They're twacked out driving alien forms, time traveling too. They're harvesting body parts. They're harvesting body parts for more alien fodder. So I guess let's take it up a level now. Let's talk about their first. Let's talk about their negative characteristics. So I mentioned dead people. Yeah, human souls in the afterlife they grow, not to huge proportions. I mean, an ancient, 1,000-year-old human, I would suspect would be the size of Earth. He's out there making suns, making stars, star fields. That's just what I hypothesize. But now I've seen it. I've seen them. I've seen the process. I've seen them in action, and that's pretty much what it is. But that's an all-powerful creature, a very magical creature that could grab the earth and run away with it if it wanted to. And but Scientology, so something about their removing their souls or have it cut off, they grow to a larger proportion than normal, than natural human souls do. So they grow way bigger than they grow big as the solar system, as big as the galaxy, as big as the universe. And then somehow they get outside of the universe. So they are standing like in the void or in a part of the universe or something, looking in or looking out. This is how they time travel. Well, first off, it's dangerous for the environment because getting to the outside of the universe, they walk right through our star fields. And all these stars that have been created, all of our elements come from stars. Everything, even water, oxygen, and gold, uranium, whatever element you desire, it comes from a star. The elements we are made of, and we come from stars too. And then they go out there and they time travel, and these people are trying to justify this time period of soul harvesting, and they're killing everybody. And they're controlling all the information in ancient history, in recorded history, recorded human history. Yeah, I'm a very healthy, a very uh, my mentors they call me an eight. I have innate abilities. I want to know native, but white people can do it. White people did do it too. Did it some. Climb trees. I'm sure everybody climbed trees. Stayed out in the woods. A lot of kids like the woods. I stayed in the woods a lot. Yeah, climbing trees and stuff. Looking for water sources. I like the water sources. I like to find little creeks and stuff and look for crawfish and little minnows. I stayed out in the woods doing that a lot as a kid. I don't know if that's because I'm native, but I had white brothers and sisters, step sisters and brothers. It was all out there. Every one of us, white, black, yellow, red. I'm mostly white too. I'm definitely native. I am a descendant of Lakota people. I am definitely native, but not very much, like 16%. I think you say, or 8 or 16th, I think. 16%. My great great grandmother was full blooded Lakota. That makes me a 16th. I wish the blood quantum was higher. It used to be like 25%, 50%. It might have been 50% for Lakota. But now I think it's just you have to be on the register. I think they lowered the blood quantum levels. Last time I checked, I think they did. They checked not too long ago. My grandpa could have been on, but I had family from the reserve. So at least I can go get me a card saying I got Native American DNA and I can grow weed legally. I smoke weed legally. That's all I need. Already getting a government check. And I can make my own money. I have my own literature and stuff. Yeah, I prefer weed over any other medicine, especially getting older. I have aches and pains and wounds. Uh, I prefer it over opiates for long term use. Short term use, I might need an opiate one day. So I'd rather not do opiates. If you don't do opiates, and then if you ever need one, it works really well. Opiates work really well if you don't take them. So I reserve my opiate use for when I do need them in the future, and weed doesn't interfere with that. So weed's legal in this state where I'm at. Help me. I've been smoking. I can. That's why I can speak as well as I can. It's stimulating my brain a little bit. I have brain damage. Weed is good for brain damage. This is hemp, probably hemp, by the way. It's what's legal. It's legal here where I'm at. That's why I'm here because they got legal weed. Now they're threatening me. They say I'm about to get my face smacked. He's laughing at, ha ha, ha. He's got to get his face smacked. These people have grown so acclimated to cutting off souls and murdering people and doing terrorism and harvesting souls, putting kidnapping people. It's funny to them. A person getting hurt, someone suffering and getting hurt, and my dog suffering and getting hurt and going to hell. They enjoy it. It's funny to them. I already know what brain. So yeah, 6 years ago they decided they wanted to write literature, produce intellectual property, produce ideas, create ideas, be as smart as me. So they decided to steal brain tissue. They cut my brains out of my head, and then they showed them to me. So they installed technology first, and I seen my memories, and I seen how much I joke and how much uh, I write literature and stuff, all of my stories and stuff that I wrote, and they value them, they covet them because their technology allows them to see. Uh, their technology allows them to see memories kind of like a book. They can read memories kind of like a book. So they try to modify my memories to make it look like they're the ones responsible, or they're the ones that created my intellectual property, and try to make it look like or the parts of my brain that they can, uh, they try to make it look like I done something else. So they try to modify my memories and try to make it look like I did something else, or my memories are different than what they actually are. I don't know what it is. Probably criminal activity or probably some other. Uh, they probably make it look like they did. They taught me my ideas, or they taught me how to be smart, or they taught me all my knowledge. Or getting all these Scientology. I'm in pain. They had me full of foreign objects. They're in my brain. I have a hole. They're saying you just killed my animals. You've been doing that for like 2 weeks, a month now, however long I've been here. Every day. They're saying it's R6, not R6. Uh, R6 plus. There was they learned about R6 today. I learned about R6. That's how you can tell they're not with the church. None of these people are with the church, so they're probably free zone. They read Scientology's first OT level the same day I did. So on Wikipedia, you can research Scientology, and they'll expose you to the first level of they call it OT training, which is some of their literature, or uh, it's probably a fictional account. I hope it's fictional, but it's possible. And that's the type of stuff that goes on in Scientology. And they claim that if you read this, you can get an R6 device. I tell you what it does: pulmonary problems. I'm already up there with these people, and they're reading it as I'm reading it. I got all I gotta do is just cut your lungs or something, and you'll die from pulmonary issues. You ain't gotta use a device. I mean, I guess technically, they thought about it for a while. They tried to make it R6, and I didn't think about it much. They're like, shit, they're gonna try to give me a device now. They're trying to figure out what's a device, what's an R6 device. So they try to make one, create an R6 device, and I guess they're still trying. There's not really a device. They're doing other more dumb shit. Devices plus, and then they realize. I told them one day, y'all read that the same day I did. Y'all read that too. If y'all read that, you get R6. I'm like, we all got the same devices in our head. I mean, these devices that keep us alive in the afterlife. That can be hell. It can be Red Six, Red Sixes, Mark of the Beast, R6. We're all going to hell. All Scientologists, they go to hell. They cut their souls off. They stick technology in their brains, stimulation, and when they die, they're still alive. But they're not. They're not. They can't do nothing. They're in a machine. Or I take it up another level. There's more levels to their criminal activity. Oh, that's what it is. So that's possible. You can keep a human on life support even after death under unnatural circumstances. And these people practice this, try to practice this uh, practice or behavior. And that's what they want from me and my family. They want to keep me alive in the afterlife and continue to think. They want me to be in hell and thinking. And people are going to pay them to watch me think. The smartest man ever exists, and I'm not. I'm just another scientist. I learned everything from my predecessors. I just did everything they did. They did the same things they did. They no they make goals and they achieve those goals. And uh they have a profession too. That goes a long way. Having a trade, higher education, kind of gets you a higher level of knowledge too. You get a trade which comes with all this science behind it. Like mine was manufacturing, tool and die manufacturing. It comes with all the science you have to learn, and that gives you a upper hand in learning other knowledge too. And my trade pertains to several areas of science: physics, chemistry, metallurgy is my field. I'm a machinist, metallurgy, so that's my science, one of my sciences. And then a machine language, another language. Yeah, I learned a whole other language, machine language. And then there's a programming language, PLCs, programming computer logic. It's similar to machine language, but I guess it's more similar to computer programming, or which I've done some of that too. And it's part of machining too, machine learning. So yeah, this gives me an upper hand in learning other areas of the universe. And that's one thing that all the greats did. Every one of these scientists, they have a field of study. This was a physicist. This was a chemist. This was a whatever he is, and they all the ones that there's a leading edge there of science. And if you're on the leading edge, you gain uh, epiphanies or new discoveries, and those are valuable. They're worth money, knowledge, worth value to society. Oh, I forgot what was that. I have brain damage. My short-term memory's gone. Yeah, levels. Yeah, keeping a soul alive. Yeah. Oh yeah, I play an instrument too. I play guitar and keyboard, a little bit of drums. I'm pretty good. I'm decent. I can hold a beat. But I profess and get to playing. Yeah. So there, so psychology. In college, I had good psychology professor, and I kind of seen it as a superhero field of study. It is a high intelligence. We have Bruce Wayne and other and Crazy Bird, high intelligence superheroes. My superhero. Uh, and this field of study lies within psychology. So psychology talks to you about what knowledge is and what intelligence is. So intelligence is the ability to use your knowledge, perceive and process information. Knowledge is the amount of information you have, you know, the amount of memories that you create. So it comes down to conditioning. So as we go through life, we create memories. I created a memory of that psychology class or that psychology teacher, and in that memory, it talks to me about creating memories. So I made a memory of that memory, a memory of creating. I took it up. I mean, I did something they do, make it funny. I'm a jokester too. I do stuff like that, and I knew it was there, so I used it. So we'll talk about our first memory. So as a child, say you're a toddler, around 2 or 3, you start developing decent memories. 2 or 3 or 4, around 2 or 3. And say you're crawling along the floor and you're on the carpet, and you come to the kitchen floor and it's like linoleum or tile, and you get to it and it's different. So you develop a memory of this carpet. You develop a memory. You don't know how what it feels like, what it is, and this memory or this sensory perception input creates a memory in your brain. So talking, but this sensory perception input creates a memory or a physical object in your brain, and it's a learning experience. You know what that is, and then you come in and you find tile, and that creates another memory. So you develop a new memory of this is tile. It's shiny. It's hard. It's shiny. Yeah, they're interfering. Hive mind tag. I got stuff in me in my mouth. So so that baby, it sleeps that night, or it keeps experiencing these floors over and over again. It creates good memories of it, and eventually it relates these two memories together. They're both on the floor. They're both on the ground, so they connect together. You know, and they're right next to each other too, so they connect together. And this is what intelligence is. This baby is gaining intelligence. Is gaining knowledge. Knows what a carpet is now. Knows what a tile is now. Uh, and I'll use the first analogy that I use. A young kid, older than a toddler, so maybe 7 years old, they're producing pretty good. So they go outside for the first time, or they go to grandmother's house for the first time. If you see someone's house and they go out and see a tree, well, or say they've seen trees their whole life, they have a memory physical object of trees in their brain. And then one day they see an apple tree. They see an apple one day. There's a physical object. The first thing they ever see is an apple. And I forget what I said. There's an apple in a tree. So they eat an apple while they're a kid, and they never see the apple tree, but they got a memory of an apple tree. And then one day they see a tree outside, and they don't know what produces apples, but they got another memory of a tree over here, wherever it is, and so eventually one day, a couple years later, they see an apple tree, or maybe they see it in a book somewhere. Well, there's a tree on an apple, or an apple on a tree, I mean. And so these memories they'll connect. One day when they're sleeping or studying or relaxing or whenever, usually when you're sleeping or relaxing, these memories will reach out and they'll touch each other. They'll connect, and it's called conditioning. It uses an action potential. It creates a piece of dopamine on the end of a dendrite. I think it's a dendrite. Uh, whatever it is. It's a little hair, a little finger, and it's got another one over here, a receptor. They got receptors on the end of it, and then the other memory will shoot out a connection. You ever seen a nerve cell? They got axons and dendrites, and they connect to each other. And this is knowledge. I explain this to them over and over again. This is what you need. You need knowledge. So then I told them how I learned how to read and write. So I got another one of those experiences. It's a little more complicated. About sixth grade, I don't know how old it was. My teachers at like fifth grade or sixth grade, they started having us read books. So I started developing memories of books. I got large memories now of books, movies. I've been watching movies by that age, and and then one day my teacher said, for class today, I want you to start on writing a short story, 15 pages long, and uh, since this is your first time doing this exercise, you can it's not play don't plagiarize, but you can borrow a title or an idea from something you've already used or already read or seen it, even in a movie, but put it in your own words and even make it original if you can. Uh, so that's what I did. I used where the red fern grows, through hound dogs, and I put it in my own words, and I did pretty good. I put an adjective on every one of those nouns. Walk down the red road, you know. And, I did good for a sixth grade or whatever. And I actually got an A plus. It was 15 pages too. I turned out 15 pages, and they see I even got a note. So I got a note from the teacher, and I had a natural ability to write, and I was good at it. It made me happy, and that was a memory. And I got rewarded for it. So it was a good memory. Yeah, I was getting into the reward system. Yeah, I got brain damage. Look at all my videos. I got thousands, over 1,000 videos. You can tell I'm getting brain damage. I used to make like 2 hour long videos and never lose train of thought. I go from one thought or one point talking point to the next talking point to the next talking point. Talk about the same thing. This is a little bit more, a little higher level. I wouldn't miss anything. It's a little higher. I knew a lot. I knew everything from the get go, but I gave them chances or opportunities to quit doing what they're doing. I won't spread another secret or tell another telling you again for some of what you've done. I think I was talking about how to gain intelligence, cutting off brain tissue, how to gain that knowledge. I haven't figured it out everything. I know all the experiences I ever had that allows me to do that, allows me to create those memories. Because I had psychology, I'm able to explain it to you and help you create those memories. And I started giving them book ideas. So I told them Wadsworth Handbook, and I gave them that. I gave them that task, and they started writing and reading and learning. But he still wanted my body parts. He never quit cutting my body parts off. Is that? But they were getting smarter. They want to kidnap me too, so they don't want to do it themselves. They want to kidnap me and keep me alive, yeah, even after death. Sell me as a commodity to people. Scientology. So every few seconds they click something in the back of my head. They drive something through my throat. They're here on their souls right now. They also have possession of my soul at their locations. So they all have their little houses, little locations. And there's facilities on Earth that also house biology. Well, I guess we got to take it up another level. So there's this phenomenon in the universe called entanglement. I mentioned that we consist of 12 dimensions. There are 12 inner dimensions or inward dimensions. And the electron shell is on the outside, it's in the third dimension. So consider my head the nucleus of an atom, and the electron is going around. Well, the nucleus of an atom consists of 12 dimensions. Uh, so there's extra material that we can't see there, inward dimension. So if you remove any of the extra dimensional material, uh, it can't cross the boundary of the electron shell. So what happens? The electron shell follows it, and it still stays there. We can't see this in the third dimension, but uh, this is what the electron shell is doing now. So this creates an entanglement. So this is part of our nucleus of the atom, and it's over here now. So the electron shell travels around it no matter where it goes in the universe. You take it to the other side of the universe, your electron will shoot all the way up there as fast as it can, go around it, come all the way back down, and go back around it. And that's what appears is happening. This creates entanglement. It also warps space time. So space time cannot exist inside of an electron shell. It the same in the same matter or same. It can maybe, but it can't. It doesn't want to. It doesn't want to do this. It seems like it warps space time. Maybe it does. So it's the same space time. I don't know. I've never observed it on an atomic level, on a micro level, but that's what appears is happening. So this allows for a few things to happen. First, they can take your biology to a remote location and they can salt it. So you're in it, and if it's not removed properly and kept alive and kept in a good condition, you can die too. So it has to be kept alive and on life support and stable at this point. So if it dies, you die. If it gets something stuck in it in the wrong place, you die too. So it can be used as sort of like a voodoo doll. It can be used as a torture device. It can be used as a murder weapon. I mean, used with a murder weapon. So it can be assaulted. And this also allows for another phenomenon that they use as part of their technology. So they have these facilities on Earth and in outer space, especially on Earth, and they house extra dimensional biology. So as part of their surveillance technologies and part of these Scientologist kidnapping practices and surrogate making practices, and part of their own Scientology practices, they can take brain tissue. They can remove a brain and take it to one of their facilities, or take the biology to one of their facilities, and they can interface this brain tissue to a computer system. So they take it to one of these facilities, put it inside of a storage system, put it in a storage system, and then interface this brain tissue to a computer system. And uh, this allows the owners of the biology to upload or interface to a digital landscape. And this is also part of their telepathy. Telepathy. So it allows the users to interact with each other in a digital landscape and also communicate with each other. Uh, in this digital landscape. So telepathy. Yeah, I gotta listen, talk, think, and repair and regenerate. Uh, so, and lastly, this also acts as a command center, so you can drive the rest of your alien forms. Yeah. So some of these Scientologists, these people in this group, this one says his is big and blue. You know, you can't take it down. They have a big blue brain up there. They have one that's actually like a digital, a hologram or some kind of thing, and then they got a big blue brain. They call it a big blue brain. Uh, they do weird shit with their body parts. You're not supposed to experience the universe like this. We're supposed to be dead humans or alive humans. You're not supposed to be in between. You're not supposed to be in between. This is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. It's also kidnapping. And there's a chance that the humans can be kept alive even after death in some kind of unnatural, stimulated state. And it can be hell. It can be pain and discomfort. Uh, and it can be torture. It can be never ending too. Like you never sleep again, wide awake forever. It could last a long time, like forever. And so are the parameters for hell, in case anybody was wondering. And that can happen in any dimension. Even in the third dimension, we go through hell. Uh, we get hurt or wounded. We get. I'm glad I do that. I do it on purpose too. Have to keep checking my brain tissue and seeing which memory they mutilated. It also it adds a little bit more complexity to the layman's term. Yeah, PLCs are not. I've done computer programming, too, software programming, but it's more of like what computers do. It's either on or off. It's either on or off. That's all you. It's one or zero. That's what it is. PLC. But they do timers too. It's a uh, it's a computer software. It is. I've I was trained to use it like 20 years ago. They actually use little hieroglyphs too. They got a little switch symbol, a little timer symbol, a little, and then uh, so that also correlates to a machine, to a robot or a machine system or machine. So it moves things around, actual linear actuators, uh, trip sensors, limit switches, uh, and uh, linear and yes, civilians read the mind of a classified essential personnel. Another one. Scientology got another one. They're getting another one. They got some more. They're getting another one. Yeah, and they Saint Christopher, and because of time travel, they made it so. They created Christianity. And I guess they lied about a lot of the stuff. If it's my religion, it should have been under my terms and under my knowledge, under my command too, because I can do a religion. Uh, First off, the truth is a scholarly virtue. It's another one of my achievements in my goals. I come up with little sayings like that, metaphors, uh, to help people make the correct choices. So truth is a scholarly virtue. It's a virtue. Telling the truth is a virtue. It's not a sin. They want the religion, so it's a virtue. Truth is a scholarly virtue. It makes you smarter. It makes you talk smarter too, and the things that you say become fact because you never tell a lie. And if you do try to discuss something you don't know about, you have to address that thought pattern. You say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Because it's kind of, oh, I gotta go look something up. But you can do that. You can go look it up. Uh, Now I know what you don't know. Welcome to the club. And that's what it's saying. When you know what you don't know, you're smart. You're smart in that moment. Fixing to go practice intelligence, the ability to process knowledge, find knowledge, or use your knowledge to go gain some knowledge. And that comes with that thought pattern. I thought on that too, and I showed it to him. I gave him an example, and then also it goes with one that's higher level, so a little bit more complex. I learned it from somewhere, or I come up with it either way. A grade said it. Either way, I did it. Yeah, I make puns. I'm a little great. but it says do not conform. Do not conform to anything. Uh, People conform, like we conform to America. We're not America, but America's government system of money, especially economics. We all sacrifice our life, most of our life, for money, uh, to buy things that are way overpriced and way uh, under qual, uh, way under, way lower quality than what it should be. It's overpriced and at a lower quality. Like our food is not as nutritious anymore. We don't get as much food anymore. Our vehicles cost as much as a house, and our houses are too expensive. So most of us are still living with our parents, or our parents are living with us. Yeah, I did some meth uh, several months ago and had another experience. I was going to show them something. I was going to show them what they do at Harvard. Take a bunch of Adderall and hit a new level, and that's what I did. So I gained a new level recently, even with all the brain damage. Something about having good psychology and knowing how the brain works kind of gives you an upper hand or an upper hand on brain damage and stuff. And then it also goes with the next one a great did, or what me, critical thinking. Uh, Question everything. Kind of like do not conform, but question everything. Oh, so yeah, people conform to this system of America. That's what I'm do not conform. The next one is the critical thinking. So it comes with a scientific method. Question everything, and then use the scientific method to learn, to gain knowledge, especially new knowledge, and even old knowledge. Do use the scientific method on that, and then the rules of logic. Learn logical fallacies. No, I did not gain anything from these people at all. None of my intelligence, none of my knowledge, or some of my knowledge. I mean, I got to see into the afterlife, so that knowledge came from them. It's valuable, I guess, but not worth it. I was already there. I was on the leading edge. It could have come at a later date at an appropriate, in an appropriate manner, appropriate way, just like everyone else gets it. I was earning my knowledge. I was doing a good job at it too. I'd have got there too, probably, uh, but on my own. I would have gained that knowledge on my own without you people involved. Because I was doing leading edge stuff. I wrote literature throughout my life. I was going to do that before y'all got here. I knew I was going to do it since I was in sixth grade. I made a goal in sixth grade. I'm going to write a book one day, or shortly after that. I think I started reading a book. I started looking for books as an entertainment source, and then reading it, and then coming up with I want to do this one day. Maybe I could do this one day, and then making it a goal. So that's another thing my teachers told me. Another great told me, make goals. Make goals. Have dreams. Oh yeah, they can be little stuff too. We do them all the time. You want a career. You want to learn a trade or learn a skill or learn a science. Become a scientist or small goals. Things you could do or learn knowledge. I mean knowledge. You learn an instrument. That's a good goal. Or write a book. I have a goal to write a book, and guess what? By God, I wrote some books. Or I got books written, but I guess I need to publish one. Make some money and hire bounty hunters. Hire the government to go after their own employees. I'm preoccupied at the moment with staying alive and actually perfecting a couple of my inventions and my ideas that I want to perfect before I die. It's kind of a weird experience. I put things aside to focus on what's important, and that's the ECA, the Environment Creation Agency, or the Environmental Creation Agency. That's one of my literature works of literature, and it also goes along with another one of my inventions. It's Buffalo Dollars. I'm getting death threats. Yeah, no, I'm about to kill you. This is why they kidnapped me. I was writing this literature. So the ECA is a government agency designed to replace the Federal Reserve. What it does is it brings the Federal Reserve into the government, it turns it into a government agency, and it gives the power to print money to the people, the power to create money to the people. So the people want the money to be created under their best interest. Well, understanding science, science tells me that humans need a good environment. We are organisms, and in order to be a good organism, we need to be in a good environment. So we got to have a good environment, and in this good environment, we need homes. We need a good home. We need good food. We need good medicine, good communication, good clothes. Uh, so I use another scientist, another political scientist, or whatever, one of their ideas of trickle up economics. I'm not sure whose idea it was, but this is trickle up economics. Uh, so we print money in the future to buy these people things instead of giving it to the banks or to the states or to the government. We actually give it to the people to buy their houses and their communication and whatever, and then we paid companies. It's controlled spending, so we paid companies to purchase these things. Where there's going to be a company uh, building houses for everyone. That's how they make their money. Housing companies going to be rich people, and that money is backed. But there's a house now in the environment. It's going to be state of the art house too, because that's required too. And uh, that's trickle up economics. It's also a science council. There's a law. I taught you this. Oh, this is one of my accomplishments. I'm Robert Christopher Wayne Weathers. I'm still alive. He says, I think we're already stole. They stole everything. I don't think they know if they know they stole it. I'm going to do it for free to the world. I'm going to do even more because I can do this. I know how to do it. I'm going to do 10 times more than what you're going to steal. Do you want the ECA? I'm going to give it to the government. Here, government. Here's your. So I'm going to be the own antichrist. They're claiming they're going to be the antichrist and give away all my possessions and all my literature. Yeah. That one belongs to the government. So it's the Buffalo Dollar. I've already explained it a million times on other videos. It's on Facebook too, social media. I own those Facebook accounts too. They're tied to my government phone. I've got a government phone, and my accounts are tied to my government phone number, and that's tied to my license and my ID and my birth certificate. So, phone number. Yes, it's about intellectual property theft. Then it's about organ theft and kidnapping and trafficking and murder and premeditated murder and torture and rape and molestation and murdering of an immediate family member, like a pet. Took a pet. They say they're taking two or want to take two. It's attack of an American on American soil. Assault with a deadly weapon, weapons of mass destruction, aliens, alienoids, remote controlled alienoids, all weapons of mass destruction. And the things they do are destructive to the environment and to life. Yeah, and overpopulation. Yeah, here's one of my radical moves. The Earth could probably handle twice as population of humans if we all behave correctly. Uh, we don't have to reduce our population. That's how we don't. Population is just fine. Sell them all houses. Everyone needs a house, a good state of the art house, by the way. And I would prefer it comes with some kind of homeschool, and even for the adults, like maybe a desk, maybe like a big special desk, like off of that Tom Cruise film. What's it called? I have brain names. Oblivion. Yeah, their desk, like all those people for communicating with the ECA with their government, and to get all your products and to learn too, and keep up on current events, and also vote. So we can have like a big computer screen in the living room area of their house that you build state of the art. This is allows for communication uh, with the government, with the ECA, with the authorities, and also it's for personal for like visits. Like we have like online doctors visits for your government to get you all your basic needs. You need anything else? We can sell you. Maybe would you like a new bed or new whatever? Would you like some vacation time this year? You have an unusually high morality level. We can let you give you a week vacation, pay vacation anywhere in the U.S. You want to go, something like that. And there's a camera up there too inside of your home. Oh my God, it's a flock camera, a flocka waka camera, whatever they call them. Waka flocka cameras uh, inside of your home. And you're going to want it there too because one day you're going to be like, I need something. I need help. All you got to do is say, I guess Facebook, they're going to make the EI for the ECA, the AI for the ECA, whatever. I don't want it, but it's better. I mean, it's a good first communication, the first phone call. So instead of talking to the government all day or your own a real person, you can talk to an artificial intelligence, an AI, and they can determine if you need to contact the government or who you need to call. And yes, kids get a learning desk too in their own rooms. This does away with schools, so it reduces transportation. It reduces the need for the school for a lower level educational system, and that reduces obviously terrorism, reduces school shootings. And then we can also pay the parents to homeschool their kids. So if you can homeschool your kids, we can pay you for that, and then they can come and get a higher education. This is under the ECA. This is all my ideas to save the world. Circle up economics and controlled spending. Once you understand money, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Why are we doing this for? So we currently use a debt-backed system, which puts us all in debt. We gotta pay taxes, and this raises the cost of everything because they gotta pay taxes too. And then we owe money to the government, and our kids are gonna be in debt, and debt is the opposite of prosperity. We want prosperity, but we're getting debt, and debt is removing prosperity from the future, removing resources from the future. We're gonna owe. So the environment creation nature, the Buffalo dollar. I'll tell you how it's used. Yes, sir. You can look it up for you. So the Buffalo dollar is backed by the environment. So it's also backed by a good human. Uh, this amount of money right here, trillion. We made $5 trillion off this human in his lifetime. He works for the ECA. He's making big money, contributing to society too. You'd be surprised what kind of and a large percentage of the globe we don't want under human activity. We want it to convert back to natural states. Well, kind of natural. We want Native Americans and white people out there together, uh, out in the wilderness, yeah, taming the wilderness. We want to tame the wilderness. We want to call it domesticating it, but yeah, tame. The nature can do things for us that domestication can't really do. There's a big ecosystem out here. And this ecosystem can do amazing things. So I can use my imagination to kind of take it up a level. So like trees, you know how like when some animals eat trees, they produce like a chemical that makes them stop eating it. Well, trees also give off chemicals and compounds and molecules and stuff you can't see. What if that could be like a medicine? You just go sit out under a tree and breathe in the forest air and get all of your medicine that way. Uh, Yeah, I think humans should be able to go drugs. If you're in a home, if you're an older adult, like if you're over 35, and you live in a home where there's no kids present, if there's no children at the location, at the residence, you can go marijuana, maybe a few poppy plants, something like that, maybe even a little cocoa bush or whatever, small amounts. I think you should be able to grow that. As an American on Native American soil, I say you should be able to grow weed in your own backyard. Weed is okay. Because those plants evolve. Plants evolve just like humans do, and one day these plants are going to be better for us. So, if this plant's too strong, like opiates, you can OD on it. Maybe we want it weaker. Maybe we can make this stuff weaker, a little bit weaker, maybe a little bit less. I mean, that's possible. We can definitely like hemp and cannabis. We wanted that a little bit stronger. Now they're going backwards. Now they want good hemp. Now we got good hemp. Now I think we're breeding hemp with good cannabis, and I don't even know the difference anymore. It's hemp, cannabis. So they're claiming they're mutilating one of my animals. That's the price for knowledge. Well, that's what he's been doing for 6 years or for 14 years. He wanted me to mess up so bad so he could get away with murder and torture and kidnapping and reading my mind, reading the mind of a genius and stealing all of his intellectual property. That's what he wants. He's psychologically ill. He doesn't understand reality either. He's in denial. He never made the correct choice, never once in his life. He never uh, took it as truth. The truth is a scholarly virtue. So if you want to be a scholar, if you want to tell the truth, to be intelligent or actually make sense or actually uh, you have to make the correct choice. You have to tell the truth, be truthful. They're in denial, bad. They want it to be my fault that I've done something wrong that made them hurt me and my family. How he's parading me. I've done something to somebody. Well, I'd be in jail if I did something to somebody. They'd have told on me or died or something bad would have happened. I don't do bad things to people. That's the wrong choice. That's the incorrect choice. I make the correct choice. Always. I know I'm an eyesore. I'm not pretty. I don't like a vagrant, and but I don't hurt people, and I'm stressful to be around too. But I don't hurt people. I don't make victims. That's the incorrect choice. Scientologists are taking victims. They always have been since the '60s. Or they've been collecting biology. They've been stealing souls. Uh, the alien encounters or the alien abduction stories where people experience lucid dreaming. They see alienoids or human figures in their room, or they experience being carried, or they experience waking up in a spaceship or on a hospital bed, even. Hospital bed is more like it. They experience communicating with these organisms with telepathy, uh, and they even experience things like a breeding program. That's false. You can't breed in outer space. Uh, it's rape. One of these guys are attracted to you, and he wants to have sex with you. Probably got one. Probably a woman. Yeah, they can't make babies. There's no such thing as hybrid aliens, humans. No, that's not alienoid. Humans driving that from remote control, and they torture people, and there's implants are a common report. They like implants, neurological tech, telepathy, and also people experience like missing time, waking up way away from their home, like out in the woods somewhere, down the road, out in the middle of nowhere, not knowing how you got there, and just waking up missing time. Uh, but this can be explained with our surrogate making technology. So the same technology that gives them the ability to drive their souls also gives them the ability to drive humans. They can drive humans in the third dimension and human souls. They can drive souls and people among the living. So they can turn someone into a surrogate, drive them the wrong ways, and then uh, let them turn them back into a surrogate, or yeah, make them sleepwalk, which is more likely. Surrogates don't really exist for sure. If you're still alive, you're aware, usually aware you're being driven, unless you got drunk or you're inebriated and don't not thinking clearly. It's been happening since the '60s. They've been time traveling for about 5,000 years, 5 or 6,000 years. That's their dilation period. It appears for 6,000. I don't know if it's forward or backwards, but I hope it's backwards. I hope it's not forwards too. I'll be goddamn. I hope they die right now because they're alive on the planet right now, and I've got rights. I can invoke the authorities or whatever you want to call it. No, but they haven't participated. Uh, they haven't been here on the planet for 6,000 years. But they have time traveled for that long. So they've been time traveling for what? They've been time traveling hardcore for 6,000 years. These people have. But other people have been doing it. There's people that time travel that no one knows about. And those are the people that participate in creation. Nobody can know about them, or they'd be sabotaged. They would be a target of terrorism. Sun's coming up. I'm gonna get some breakfast. I'll check back in later.